This year, the Super Bowl ads got super woke, and this one from Jeep was the absolute worst one. The liberal narrative has seemingly made its way into literally everything, so it shouldn't be surprising that their woke messaging ended up playing a role in America's beloved Super Bowl ad. Donald Trump Jr. referred to the ads collectively as Woketopia, and he wasn't wrong. But one ad stood out as the absolute worst one. It was the one from Jeep, featuring Bruce Springsteen. Springsteen, a well-documented liberal who has trashed every Republican in recent history, made a lackluster argument that America needed to focus on reuniting in a message that fell so flat it's really hard to imagine how it was ever approved by Jeep in the first place. Conservative Twitter immediately erupted with strong feelings, and none of them were good. But you really have to watch for yourself to understand why so many Americans felt insulted by it.
There's a chapel in Kansas, standing on the exact center of the lower 48. It never closes. All are more than welcome to come meet here in the middle. It's no secret. The middle has been a hard place to get to lately, between red and blue, between servant and citizen, between our freedom and our fear. Now, fear has never been the best of who we are. And as for freedom, it's not the property of just the fortunate few. It belongs to us all. Whoever you are, wherever you're from. It's what connects us, and we need that connection. We need the middle. We just have to remember the very soil we stand on is common ground. So we can get there. We can make it to the mountaintop, through the desert, and we will cross this divide. Our light has always found its way through the darkness. And there's hope on the road up ahead.
Impeachment 2.0, Day 1 Recap. On Tuesday afternoon, the Senate impeachment trials for President Donald Trump, who is obviously no longer president, began. This is the second impeachment trial for Trump and the first in United States history to target a president who is no longer in office. Though the former president was impeached by the House on January 13th, 7 days before he left the White House, it is confusing to many Americans as to why the Senate trial would continue, considering the primary goal of impeachment is to remove a president from office. But the opening statement seemed to make the reason clear. Congress desperately craved the drama. Each side, the impeachment managers and the President's counsel, was granted 2 hours to debate the constitutionality of the trial before a vote that makes the proceedings official. President Trump's team argued a post-presidency impeachment would be disenfranchising millions of Trump voters. Liberal impeachment managers argued that the former president needed to be barred from ever running for office again because he is responsible for an act of terrorism. Emotions were high on both sides of the aisle, and it seems that the Twitterverse loved every minute of it. Day 2 is sure to be more exciting as the Senate gets involved with questioning. Impeachment 2.0 Recap. Democrat impeachment managers make wild claims about former President Donald Trump. The second impeachment trial for former President Donald Trump continues today, and the hearings got interesting. Democrat impeachment managers presented their case against the president with perfect coordination, all of them claiming Donald Trump was responsible for an act of terrorism on January 6th. Representative Dean played footage of Trump's rally from that day, clipping the almost 11,000-word speech very selectively. The Congresswoman pointed out that Trump only said peaceful once, but he said fight 20 times. Riveting. In a presentation by Representative Plaskett, she claimed that Trump is obviously guilty of terrorism because, quote, the FBI investigated. Not because they charged anyone, which they did not, but just because they investigated. Perhaps the best performance of the day was from Representative Swalwell, a former 2020 presidential hopeful. In a dramatic speech that spanned a few minutes, Swalwell claimed that President Trump's questioning of election irregularities and his Stop the Steal ad campaign was, quote, equal to an act of war. While most Democrat representatives played clips of Trump's speeches or referenced Trump tweets, it seems none were willing to review the full footage at the hearing. We'll see how the Republican defense counters later this week.